2017 had some of the best films I've seen in a very long time. Now, I want to have a disclaimer. There were many films that I did not get a chance to see this year, such as I, Tonya, Dunkirk, Lady Bird, Baby Driver, and Darkest Hour. Movies I wanted to see but never got around to actually watching them. I just want to say this because last year, during my 2016 video, I didn't mention some movies that would ultimately turn out to be some of my favorites of that year. So this list is always workable. I'm basing this off of the movies that I actually saw, and this year there were many films that I truly enjoyed. Some of my favorite movies this year included Logan. While not flawless, it's an intense and atmospheric story of loss and pain immersed in graphic violence. The soundtrack to this was awesome, and even though it kind of fell apart for me a little bit towards the end, I still really enjoyed this movie. Blade Runner 2049, a visually stunning movie to the point that it was mesmerizing and it was astonishing. It was just a very pretty movie. Gosling delivers a nuanced performance that delivers in a bleak and wondrous dystopian world. Wonder Woman. It's every bit as magical as people wanted it to be. Gal Gadot is breathtaking as she charmingly explores a new world, and it's an absolute treat to experience it with her. I'm very happy about that film. It was surprising, had no interest in watching it, but it's a refreshing remake that rides that 80s nostalgia train while expertly combining hellacious horror with real humor and heart. The kids really sold this movie. It wasn't so much of a horror movie, it's more of a bunch of kids just hanging out and having to fuck up a demon-ass clown. Also some documentaries. Batman and Bill, a Hulu exclusive, is the incredible story of Bill Finger that really captivated me. It's a documentary with style, passion, and justice. I learned a lot about the history of Batman. Get Out. It was entertaining and thought-provoking. It was social commentary that was both hilarious, but it was also terrifying. Shout out to Rod, that TSA agent, he knows how to handle shit. And then Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok. It had a lot of fun towing the line between fantasy spectacle and alien sci-fi cyberpunk. It was big, it was weird, and it was really fucking funny. Oh, and then James Franco. God, The Disaster Artist is a poignant comedy that is charmingly offbeat and eccentric. It doesn't mock Tommy Wiseau, it instead pays homage to the importance of friendship and the power of following your dreams, while being expertly funny. The Room was a cult hit, such a weird movie, and this film really sheds to light its central meanings. And then there was Bright, and Bright was a pleasant surprise. I had no interest in watching this movie whatsoever until, again, Steven forcing me to do things I don't want to do and then changing my life forever. It's a wild cop drama with interesting world building, strong emotion, and excellent chemistry. Ward and Jacoby are great together, and this is a movie that I've watched on Netflix at least 4 to 5 times already, just because it's so much fun. And then there was Justice League. Now, I get it. People didn't like this movie. And you know what? I didn't love this movie either. But that's the word. I didn't love it. I did enjoy it. But it's still one of my favorite films because it had some legitimate, entertaining, and funny moments with an impressive aesthetic. It feels like a comic come to life. That's what it was. Like Suicide Squad. I thought even though, it did have its flaws, it still felt like a comic book movie. Like this is a comic book I was reading by someone. And that in itself was cool. And there were a lot of great moments that made me like it no matter what. So, the Justice League, I thought, wasn't the best movie, but it was one of my favorite movies. And I'll watch it again and again. The actors really bring these characters to life. The chemistry is what sets this apart from everything else. The heroes are great. The narrative could have been better. I don't know why they fucking used Steppenwolf, but I love this movie. However, though I loved all those movies, all of them pale in comparison to my favorite movie of 2017, and that is Saban's reboot of Power Rangers. A story centered in unlikely friendships, a contemporary superhero breakfast club with fun nostalgia. Okay, so many people didn't really care for this movie, but when we talk about representation, amazing acting, a fun vibe, and just a reboot that reimagines and brings in a whole new generation of kids to enjoy the Power Rangers, I thought this movie was very successful. To me, it was everything that I wanted in the reboot. Jason, Dreamy, Kimberly, Billy, Zach. All of these characters were brought to life by these new characters, these new kids who came in, these actors who brought new, fresh life into them. And so overall, Power Rangers was my favorite movie of 2017, to the point where I bought the film 3 times, because they were exclusives through Target, Walmart, Best Buy, and so I had to get all the different accessories.